Mount Kailash. Okay.
At Mount Kailash. How I went to western Tibet and practiced at Mount Kailash, the famed king of mountains, the sacred place of the body of the white lion-faced Dakini. I had grown tired of distractions and diversions. I told myself, though it looks like you are helping other beings, you have not perfected yourself at all. You run the risk of reaching the end of your life having benefited no one. You must go to a remote place like Kailash Snow Mountain and practice for the rest of your life. Let's find out if you can attain the rainbow body. I made up my mind. Nothing else mattered. At that time, I met the treasurer of Purang Sherpa Ling Monastery and the generous chieftain Depa Wangpo, both of whom had come to Lhasa. They told me about the area around Kailash, and I decided to travel with them. Khenpo Choksampa entrusted me to the good care of Depa Wangpo. Khenpo Siwe Sering and his spouse gave me a tent and other necessities. In the company of Depa Wangpo, we set off. On the way, we visited the Tara of Nitang and the great Maitreya of Rung, offering butter lamps and prayers. At Tashi Lunpo, we paid homage to all the sacred shrines and objects, met the Panchen Lama and his tutor, and requested their protection and teaching to establish spiritual connections. Further on our journey, I gave to some beggars the 25 silver coins that I had. At Saga, the governor, a relative of Khenpo Choksampa, and his devout wife requested a long life empowerment. They offered me coins, sampa, tea, and butter, which we took with us. On the way, people would occasionally ask me where I was going. Saying that I was on my way to the snow mountain, I would sing verses like these. On the summit of great Mount Meru lies the wonderful mansion of complete victory. Before I did not have the chance, now I will go and see it. In the vastness of distant oceans lies the marvelous wish-granting jewel. Before I did not have the chance, now I will go and get what I desire. In the vastness of the snow ranges roams the splendid snow lion. Before I did not have the chance, now I will go and ride it. At the border of meadows and rocky crags roams the wild blue-horned dree. Before I did not have the chance, now I will go and milk it. On the white snow mountain Kailash, the navel of the world, lies the marvelous palace of Chakrasamvara. Before I did not have the chance, now I will go and visit it. Living in that great sacred place are the 500 marvelous arhats. Before I did not have the chance, now I will go and ask for teachings. Gathered in the great sacred place are exalted dakas and dakinis. Before I did not have the chance, now I will go to be with them. On the eastern side of the great sacred place, like the marvelous cave of miracles, before I did not have the chance, now I will go there to become enlightened. For amusement, I sang whatever came to my mind, inspiring faith in everyone's mind. Some threw me the flowers of compliments, saying, "Excellent." Traveling on, as we left Lhasa and our homeland further and further behind, I pondered the impermanence and ceaseless change of all things, and sang this melancholy song. The valley where I was born had times of wealth and times of hardship. No trace of those now, I'll never go back again. My kind old parents are gone from this world. No trace of them now, I'll never see them again. My Vajra brothers and sisters, with whom I shared pure Samaya, have gone on the great path of future lives. No trace of them now, I'll never see them again. The Guru who manifested the three kindnesses has gone on to the pure realms. No trace of him now. I'll never see him again. Withered with age, the illusory body of this yogin can never be what it once was. My youth is finished. Whatever comes to mind, everything is transient. It is not what it once was. I can't rely upon this life. Cut off all attachments. I will sever all ties to this life and go to the snow mountain, the very center of the southern continent, Jambudvipa. In the cave of miracles on the glacier, I will raise the victory banner of practice as high as Samsara's highest point. This is my prayer. My weariness and renunciation grew even stronger. My determination to practice even more fierce.
Okay, thank you. So he's explained, why he's going to the Mount Kailash. He said, before he have no chance to go Mount Kailash to this, they see the Chakrasambhara, the holy place. Now he has time to go and they spend time and things like that. So that is, remember, once you go to the holy place, just one time, in other ordinary place 10 times, still one time in one place, or 1 year in the holy or the other place, or 1 day in the holy place. That's kind how power changing, So that's why he was in the Mount Kailash. Also, he said he saw the 500 Arhat. Usually we have the Arhat, they live in different place, live the ocean, the mountain, forest, and many things. They want to go Bungen Dembe Ri. It's like the incense mountain. That's there. I think there are 2,500 Arhat live in this mountains, one time. So the different place. This way before he no chance. Now he want to go with those Arhat. And the holy place is amazing. You can see as you never see any other. I was in Mount Kailash 11 months, almost a year, spent time there, circumambulate Mount Kailash, retreat. I have the excellent, condition, youth, and go the circumambulate in Mount Kailash, all like monasteries. We have 3 Drikung Kagyu Gomba or monastery in the Mount Kailash. You can stay any place. Looks like your own house. You can just sit and chat for them, practice. But there are Mount Kailash. You can bring many the holy blessings, the like piece of rock or maybe looks like mud. But mud is not any small rocks like clay. You can make the clay. That's very good for the people's skin rustings and some bad disease, influence. Those you can take the medicines. So Mount Kailash, the Lake Monastery, there are 5 different monasteries in the surround there. Each one is a uniqueness. And also there, he said, Mount Kailash is the center of the Jambudvipa. This means, remember, we're talking the mandala. So mandala is called Mount Meru. The Mount Kailash is the Mount Meru, And when you go there, there come Buddhas and Bodhisattvas have been there. Arhat been there, many yogis, yoginis been there, Buddhisms they've been there, Hinduisms and the bonds. If you've been there, they're very different. For example, you go to maybe Starbucks near there, the coffee smell far away, is how close the Starbucks. Similar when you go to Mount Kailash, energy vibration is you make like, it's very powerful. So that's the yogi. And just we talked the one chapter just in the morning, the few pages age. Same as Milarewa. Every is teaching looks like poetry or song or writer. So that's also maybe you have some time, if you have time, you can read. That's very powerful. Sandra, do you have now the Garuda writer? So you can pick up the one with the delicious chapter, but I cannot see which chapters. So you can read one chapter for us. Song 2, Emaho. Okay. Hello.
Imaho. Fortunate noble children, listen without distraction. All the victorious ones of the 3 times teach the 84,000 sections of Dharma. Although the number of these teachings is limitless, like the boundless expanse of sky, they are given only for the purpose of realizing the nature of mind. Beyond this, the victorious ones don't teach anything. For example, if a tree is cut down at the root, its thousands of leaves and branches will all simultaneously wither. Similarly, cutting the root of one's mind dries up all the appendages of samsara, such as grasping and fixation. Like a lamp which in one instant can illuminate a house which has lain dark and uninhabited for 1,000 years, a moment's realization of the luminosity of one's mind purifies the accumulated evil deeds and obscurations of countless eons. The nature of the sun's disk is radiance, that 1,000 eons of darkness cannot obscure. Similarly, luminosity is the nature of one's mind, that eons of confusion cannot darken. Just as the nature of the sky transcends the limits of color and shape, and is never stained by black or white clouds, the nature of mind also transcends the limit of color and shape, and is never veiled by the black or white phenomenon of virtue and evil deeds.
Okay, that's good. Good, thank you. So that's good. So now we jump to the next chapter, and remember, and also I think that now these days so many books translated to the English, but still, say maybe 1 to 10, maybe one person may be translated, not none. It's not yet. You can look the one great scholar in Tibet called Podon Chogle Namje. Podong is the monastery as well as his name. Chogle Namje means victory of all the directions. That's his name. So he wrote the teachings. I talked before, remember? Sometimes I don't know, maybe you may be better than me because I never wrote book. When I read something, one sentence, I'm thinking maybe 10 minutes, one sentence. So when he wrote a book, the 4 writers in the 4 corner of the stupa. Then he is just rotating the stupa. He talked each 4 different subjects. One finished publicity in 4 books at the same time. So he wrote how many books? 100 books. Another book in Tibetan text is very long, remember? How many pages? 400 to 500 each book. And 100 books. All subjects different. The one master. If you will, I wish you will maybe learn in Tibetan language. I think in Tibetan called Pungu Labdonyi means donkey, donkey loves the carrot. And the donkey not looking any side, just eat in the carrot. Likewise, if you learn, and I know you're very enthusiastic in the Buddhist practice, if you see the Tibetan book, I think you don't want to come out of the library. Because the book, surround the book, one book in there, one book there, everything. So you think, I can read this one, I'll become the enlightened. Oh, the other books also something in the benefit. So this kind of, we have so many. So for us, like myself, a lot of problems in this, the object or meaning. I cannot fully directly translate something. I cannot say what I want to say. I know what meaning, but I don't know how to use it. Then I will just some connection related there, but not pointed directly the 100% is difficult. So anyway. So those in Tibetan Dharma market, you have so many by yogis and yoginis, okay? So now we're talking about the cause and conditions, how powerful. So he reminding is like he's no different than Milarepa. He's physically, mentally, and his realization is just So then the Sakya Pandita said, if you read a book, it's not you wishing to become this life scholar right away, but this is seeded to your mind. Remember, mind is not dead. The body is changing. Mind stream is continue to rebirth. You will call reincarnation, or you will call the next chapter or next life. And you reading books and many practice in your mind stream. Next life is peace, easy journey. Say young age time you maybe Spanish language, and then your parents move in France, they didn't use language. And then you will meet your Spanish friend, easy to pop up because you have the roots there. So likewise, you read book, many book, and then you don't know which one, so you're real connected in maybe Buddha or deity or teaching can open fully your mind in the enlightenment. That's what we call skillful means, And you can look each deities, we have a lot of images. You can look each one in the face. You don't know, is Buddha family, West family, which one five Buddha family belongs to your karmic connected. You say, I like that, but maybe you are maybe the other side, maybe Buddha is connected. So likewise, the cause conditions, continually you meeting the life after life. So here, one of my neighbor, I didn't meet yet, but this looks like the connection. Okay, see. There's family in before I was in Arlington. One Tibetan is the closest for us. Mary, remember the Bumden family?
Yes, of course.
Now I heard the Ngondro Sangpo, he bought a house in Danvers. So this his not a wish, but connection, we are connection close together, close. Even though he come here or not come here, so some connected, always bind together. So that is where here the cause condition is the second. So can you show now the next one? We can little bit the fourth one. So Ngondro Ngondro Kombala Keji Zamji Dewa Yu Min Jing Siwar Chimbe Geza Nija Geza de Torne Shivel Lamcho Zombarcha. Okay, so now the text saying Ngensonsum, right? You can read first English?
In the three lower realms, and even in the three higher ones, there is not an instant of absolute happiness. I will avoid the root cause of my samsaric existence and practice the excellent path of peace to enlightenment.
All right. So you can move the text. Now you're saying that this meaning is from three high realms, God realm, demigod realm, human realm, three lower realms, animal realm, hungry ghost realm, and hell realms. At either those places, no peace. Why? Because those called six realms mean in the samsara. That's why we call the local spirit protectors. Those looks like a local deliver, it's not national or job or maybe the local. So same as a local or spirit is just only local. These six realms, as long as the inside six realm in samsara, there no permanent or place. If with this case, six realms we will born and again go up three high realms and three lower realms and again. This we call the samsara. Tibetan call korva. Korva is will of the circle, endless. What is the cause to circle? Why we rebirth again? The root is birth. Because we birth, then all other consequences next. It will birth, age, sickness, death is coming next. If you're not birth, and the cause is completely shut down, so no aging, no death, no suffering. And birth is not, birth is how you will know achieved. Remember, we have the 7 line and the Dharma supplication called unborn Dharma Dhatu. Unborn Dharma Dhatu means not birth for the emotion. or birth to the karma. That's what we call no choice, but the karma is become boss, not you. So we reach to the Dharma Dhatu, you become the boss. Then you have choice, which place, what time, when, like the Lord Buddha's rebirth in Nepal in the Shakya family, because this is a special family to rebirth for manifestation Buddha can see, not the wrong place, the wrong time, you know. So that is what we call Khorwa Khorwe. Kenza means a root of the samsara is our body. This means we birth. So now you practice taking the 5 paths and 10 bhumis. When you're reaching in the unborn Dharma Dhatu, and you're not rebirth in the samsara rebirth. Even though your birth looks like people use always say, like lotus flower, growing in the muddy water. When they pop up the flower or open the flower, lotus is so shiny. See, you and me, and we have the difficulty, we will miserable, we will exhausted, we will a lot complain. Look, the glorious like Ngondro Rinpoche, and he was in the jail. He think this is his palace because, you know, the great teachers there, and he practiced there, the sufferings there. Suffering is giving for experience, real what is going on. You heard the suffering and you are suffering is very different. We don't wish to suffer, but you have the suffering. This is a very opportunity. And you will appreciation the suffering because you want to do something benefit. Appreciation is a reminding impermanent because you the practice, because in your consequences. So that is a way to very powerful transform to the unhealthy physically and mentally, becoming very powerful practitioners. Because somebody said this morning, remember, every morning or every day, you know, maybe I'm dying, maybe this is my last day. This is the best, the highest practice. Yeah, I know, Christina, okay. So she said, you know, she was thinking day-to-day life. That is wonderful. And we need to think it that way, you know. We have need to plan 100 years plan. You can build and think and many things. But this English say, think globally, act locally. So that is makes sense. You know, we will prayers all mother sentient beings. Oh, this big project. It's not a small company, you know. It's owned by karma company, big. It's not small. So we will keep in this big project, but you need to become your own leader. This is called Dani Dagyong Goyi means you are your own leader. You know, so that is the way when something's coming impermanent and cause and condition, remember, this is a way to become in the victory. If you have some things bad happen, this is becoming in the victory. Your life is so smooth and gentle, everything. You don't want to think karma, dharma, impermanent death. You don't want here. Those is not for your type, you know. My type is to go to tuxedos and colorfuls and the parties and enjoy things like that. And impermanent comes, that's my teacher Khenchen Rinpoche said, remember, news is the jewel ornament liberation. Jewel ornament liberation, you never been, the fascinating stories. And then, you know, regular news, all here's the shooting, here's a car accident, snow coming. This is not news. This is everybody knows what's going on. But deep inside the wisdom knowledge, for you, it's very new. This is called news. You know, winter coming, snow, it's not new. It's for a long time, it's eons coming this way. It's some things, you know, old, age, sick, die, it's nature. But those in Latin explanation is for us completely new. So that is what we call the news. So anyway, we have the short retreat. Most is not retreat, you know, sorry for more talk, less practice or meditate. Of course, today we will just idea keep, so how, what does mean an important for measurable. Then you can remember early morning we read the jewel ornament liberation chapter for where's what they say, precious human life, those you can read and you can think. Then you will find and how precious for who you are, how important your parents. So that is the way we will today's maybe in topic maybe stop here. Then I can take some question answers, sometimes useful, and we day is a precious day, in your day everybody become lesson. So then maybe many doubt is not useful. So we try to clarify, some subject that related to Milarepa or maybe forward training or anything. Some question answer, please.
Lama, I have a question. It's regarding to practice. Sometimes, I'm not saying I'm a diligent practitioner, but there are times I'm trying my best to practice. However, there is a very critical mind, critical voice within me, as if nothing is enough. I spend most of my time studying and contemplating, but there is something always nagging me to do more. Therefore, my practice can never be relaxed. It's like more uptight. What should I do? Thanks.
Okay. Do you know any or play instrument?
No, I don't.
Okay. Usually the teachers said, play somebody maybe guitar or sitar, and the strength is very tight and not good sound. Strength very loose, it's not good sound either. It's all is a balance. Does good sound come in the instrument, any instrument. Likewise, you will practice, you try everything, but sometimes you need to take deep look and you can do this one, everything one day, or you can do best you can. And sometimes you need ask your body, and I heard the meeting group of the human rights leadership group in His Holiness Dalai Lama. One young, all those youth and young people, they said, we give everything, our energies to the society. We try everything, maybe clean the environment, maybe plastic, or maybe educated people not listen. We're physically tired, mentally tired. Now we break down. We have no energy left. So don't do that. Make sure you can, you mentally, what you can do today, physically, what you can do today. Practice is how many is not important, how clear is important. Within your practice, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, all the 5 things together. Remember, in the Yidam deities, and Guru Yogas, and then the meditation, rejoicing, dedication, all together. This all is practice we have. For example, we practice Dharma practice, and your Yidam is a Dharma, and meditate, and then the Mahamudra stage, and the Dharma is a Guru, after the dedication. Short practice, the number one is your motivation. You know, and you try your best. But sometimes your mind says so many things need to finish, but they cannot catch everything as a body also. We have the physically and mentally two different. So this way, don't burn in your all energy, but you try and your best.
Thank you. There was one time I had a dream.
Yes.
In the dream, it says, no matter how you practice, what it matters is the end. I woke up shaking, Therefore, I was very, very afraid. Although I know nothing, we seek nothing,
Right.
We expect nothing. That is in theory, I understood. But in reality, when it comes to dream like that, it's very frightening.
Yes. Reality is nothing, and the dream is also nothing, So this way, the Heart Sutra said, form is emptiness, emptiness form, forms nothing than emptiness, emptiness nothing than form. Likewise, remember, as the reality is a day dream or the sleep dream is no different. Life is like dream. And even though you know, your dreams of fascinating enjoyment, and you wake up, not much. I have last night a fascinating good dream, the opposite you. And I was, you know, some very, very different, very happiness. This morning, I'm in the Danvers and the same, and you know, with my friend and tea and things like that. I didn't change anything, and I go back sleep. It didn't go sleep. And the one time in the dream, then I realized, don't chasing the dream. You know, dreams nothing real. But dream is nothing real. You recognize all other phenomena as the same as dream. There are 8 different examples: dream, mirage, remember, illusions, magicians. Those are the same as our daily life. We think it's the same as who I am. You think maybe you're each of us. For myself, I was maybe 20 years ago in Tibet, 30 years ago in Tibet, 10 years ago, and maybe somewhere in here. My mind thinking I'm the same as Lama Sonam. It's not the same. When I was go back in Tibet, and people say, "Oh, I know you and me. You know, we are maybe 14. We go take the animal in the mountain." He's so hard mind. I'm always thinking the 14 years old. And I got in monastery. They say, "Yeah, remember we become the monastery, the monk, first monk in the Kagyu monastery. Such day we want somebody's house." They're thinking 30 years back. So actually changing every minute, every moment. I'm not the same. But we're holding inside, looks like I am the same. If I'm the same, impermanent is no business, because we are the same always. So this way, the impermanent is momentary change, momentary by change. The momentary change is not bad. Momentary change is the better, you know. Like they say, fruit tree, some leaves changing flower, the flower changing the fruit. Then nothing's wrong. It's better and better, right? So life is that way. Even though difficulty, your health, and difficulty, challenge, still your precious human life, still your practice Dharma. This is, I think, important than any other things. So that is where we try our best not to burn in your energy. Then becoming sometimes give up or wrong views. You know, some people they have say, "Oh, what I can do, Lama? I have problems with families, relationships, financial, this and that." Then we said, "Okay, you can do practice Dharma." And then the person calling few weeks later, "Oh, maybe you're telling not the truth, because I practice Dharma in my circumstances same. Or maybe Dharma don't want to help me, and something's wrong, you know." So it's not easy to 1 week project. So it takes time to long-term purify. We will get in there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, Sandra?
Lama Sonam, in the Milarepa stories, there was a place that had part of its name was Duge, and it made me think of the word for front, visualization, Junke, something like this, Junke. Is there any meaning toward that name? Is there any kind of symbolic meaning or coincidence or?
The details, I remember what is maybe more like clear. What is story talking about?
I think the one we read, I think it was the place where Milarepa's home was, something Duge.
Oh, okay. The Kyangatsa. I think Kyangatsa is his birthplace, Kyangatsa.
No, I'm remembering wrong. It was in the story, but then I guess it wasn't his birthplace.
Okay. What is the story telling? What is, say, you know, upper part story or lower part story? Can you remember anything? Then I know what is.
No, I mean, it was just about him going back home, right? And seeing his house.
Yes.
I believe she's talking about, it was the word for the type of house with the
No. This type of house means ordinary house. She's talking going back in maybe some place in them, right?
His house, the name of the house, Kazi.
Oh, they're talking the name. You go house.
Oh, could be, yes.
Oh, okay. Then young man, you're right. I'm wrong. I'm called Gashi Dongje.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Gashi Dongje. Okay, Kashidungye is a special Tibetan architecture they built. That's not always, people heist like the His Holiness palace room should we build Kashidungye. Remember, a house not concrete. There are many wood and make the roofs. So this Kashi is 4 pillar and 8 beams. A different way to look, different way to impact energies. For example, if you are not a high family, if you can build this kind for ordinary people, its energy is too much for them. They cannot handle. Wishing good, but the bad happens quicker. See, for example, how many you have here horse ride? Can you hand? 1, 2, okay, 3. Say, horse is very powerful, especially in here, American, the big horse. Maybe say Kentucky Derby is a very wonderful horse. If you would say 1 day old kids, you say, can you ride this very beautiful Kentucky Derby? It didn't work that way. Horse is good, but rider is not enough to strength. So likewise, the house function is need only those victorious great teacher live there, and they can be subduing different part of the energy in their control. Otherwise, the energy can control you. So this Kashidungye is a very good architecture house.
That makes me wonder even more. Does that word relate to the mandala of the front visualization then? Is it like a architecture that has a certain, like a bagua, or creates some kind of energy field, right? It's not the same word, I guess, but it seems very similar.
Yeah, you're right. Usually they call, some is like the house, like palace. The palace is like the mandala. A mandala is usually we build for deities, or the Buddha's Pure Land. But the human form is there with pride, kings and queens, and they need all kind of things. It's not the same as a mandala. You can see there are so many kings in this world, and there are also Dharma kings like Thai in many places. I'm not sure their house like mandala or not. But the Kashidungye looks like you can say fancy design, luxury design, I can say, Here Western call, this is a luxury. The Kashidungye is Tibetan style luxury design, and also Chinese call feng shui is very important. Suns and winds and earth elements, different things, because the Kashidungye located in a lot of open windows and the signs, and people can iconic architecture, something like that. Maybe next time we can buy a piece of land, then we can build Kashidungye for the Ngondro Retreat Center.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Lama, I was wondering if it is possible that we might see benefits from Amitayu's practice in our dreams.
Oh yes, this means Amitayu practice looks like epoxy glue or crazy glue. Almost life is fragile, is almost something cracking here. And then you can put the crazy glue or epoxy glue or something glues stick for long, not broke. So the Amitayu can bring extension our life. I think this is good. This dream is good. So I have the story that's similar. One of the abbot called Khenpo Ngedon, he passed away, I think maybe 7-8 years ago in Nepal. He was come from in Tibet in my monastery, refuge in India. During the time His Holiness Drikung Kagyu are not yet arrived. So he is the one of the early, they're not men in Drikung monastery in Nepal in India. And he meet Tanggu Rinpoche. Tanggu Rinpoche there wanted to build a monastery. They're no abbot. So our abbot or Khenpo become very good friend of the Tanggu Rinpoche. So then the Tanggu Rinpoche asked him to please help to build and the monastery is in teachings called Khenpo Ngondro Rinpoche. This day, the Tango Monastery, there's so many Khenpos, this all his students. So he's my monastery in the Gaze Monastery, and I will go try to the short answer, okay? And one time he was very ill. So you see, we traditional, our root teachers, old lamas, when they are aging, we always time to time do the long life prayer, Amidayu long life prayers. So I said, okay, I'm here in Nepal. I will do for you 1 week Amidayu retreat. My pure motivation to long life in your life. So and I was prayer Amidayu's 50th day, and his the carpet, his cushion is very old, very, very old. My dream said, okay, this cushion is not much use. You can throw, I will bring the new cushion, I just give for him new cushion. He's very comfortable. He said, oh, thank you, Sonam. It's very comfortable. So this is after a retreat, sort of my dream or imagination, illusion, whatever you can call, right? So then I talked to him, he's very happy because, see, when you see the lamas or maybe some high teachers, don't offering to the shoes. When you give the lama shoes means get out, walk here, So this means you offering the cushion means please stay here a long life. So this is, they see, everything's some small things, very uniqueness. So this called Amidayu. When I was Amidayu, help for him to stay longer in this cushion. Make sense? Yes.
Thank you.
Lama, I have a question with regard to the categories of the Ngondro practice.
Yes.
I'm a bit confused as to I've seen there being the categories of the common preliminaries, uncommon preliminaries, inner, outer, special Ngondro, and I'm just a bit confused about what all of those, those different parts receive the different titles.
Yes. So this is called the common and those things. For example, outer, inner, secret. Those is different stage, different meditation, different practice. For example, we trying right now 4 thoughts practice today. This is common. Everybody can practice. Everybody can do. Then to begin to the inner is like the continue prostration, under recitation, chanting the refuge, Vajra Sadhava, Mandala, Guru Yoga. This go inner. Then the secret part is the bodhicitta sessions. So this way they come slowly higher. Then we call yoga tantras, and the main deities are Chakra Sambaras. Then after that go Mahamudra. So this is called the outer, inner, and common and uncommon, things like that. So the same also the supreme and the commons. So this one right now called ordinary preliminary practice. And then called something, preliminary practice means any high practice before you need some Ngondro practice. And this is very big deal. You finish your Ngondro practice, then you don't practice in all mudras and on the way. Even though you're not yet finished there, but you finish your Ngondro practice, in the highest yoga tantra receive empowerment, you base need to preliminary practice you need to finish. Otherwise, as I remember, and 1-day-old boy tried to run and the Kentucky Derby, it didn't work that way. So you need learning a little bit to how to handle the horse. Make sense?
Yes, thank you very much.
All right. No question in the chat.
Lama, I have a question. For this 1 month, we are supposed to do Amitabha practice by ourselves too, right? And try to accumulate the mantra.
Yes, Amidayu, we can do next Tuesday also. Amidayu and 4 thoughts together. we will all together. Numbers looks like little over 80,000. We will easily finish 100,000 and together. And so next Tuesday, for thoughts and Amitabha the same time.
So do we have to accumulate mantra
Yes.
by ourselves too?
Yeah, you can do that until the prostration, January or something. You can do continue or recitation. Yes.
The short mantra, right? Not the long one.
Long ones, the one we retreat, for in the in India, we do long mantras, one circle, and then the counting short one. I think, remember, we have try always to flexible. That's why I said maybe 7 times the long one, then you counting the short one. So I think it's better. You will reciting the long one and 7 times. It didn't take much. Maybe 2-3 minutes and 7 mantras finish. Then you can focus on the long mantras, mantra, whatever you way.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So this fourth thought says that I will avoid the root cause of my samsaric existence. And I was thinking, but the cause is that I am a human or in this life, and I have this karma that I need to make better. But I cannot avoid the karma. But what is it that I'm trying to avoid, to not do bad karma? Or
4 thoughts is like new washing machine. You put all junks put there, and they will take care. You will pour thoughts every day. Your good smell. Go out, parties and things good clothes. It does not need new clothes, same design, but it's not in fact like this one oily smelling all the time. So when I tie this one, nobody can see. This is my secret. See here tight. Otherwise, see here a little bit oily. I have let lazy to wash. So the only who knows the here oily, the laundromat. So you can do practices. The 4 thought is like laundromat machine. You do more and more clean. Any question? I can take one more question, then we will dedication.
Someone want to know when we're doing pilgrimage.
Or something, yeah. Say again.
Someone want to know when are we going to go on a pilgrimage?
Oh, we have a lot of good dreams. So we will soon, we will keep in aspiration the big dream, and then we can dedication. We can do many things. We can go to the outside the United States, or maybe United States. There are so many holy places. We can maybe Dharma band, Dharma band tour. We can go several state. It's possible. Maybe from here to India. Others maybe travel. Maybe the visa, COVID-19, all lot of excuse there. We can rent band in summer. Okay, this summer maybe go East Coast, wherever the Dharma centers and whoever the holy place. And next one maybe go West Coast, something like that.
What do you mean by holy place?
Holy place, wherever they, for example, His Holiness Dalai Lama, His Holiness Drikung Rinpoche, His Holiness Dharma, all the great master, whoever been there, they have centers, retreat. This is they become holy place, So they are continue in carrying the teaching, things like that. That's very holy. And you would think, and His Holiness 16 karma, nobody can see, right? Maybe previous somebody. So we can be in his centers. Wow, he's here. This throne, he sit here. Dalai Lama sit here. You're a little bit goosebumps, That's to go holy place. Okay, Christina.
Yes.
That's we can think whatever we think in big thing, and now is then dedication.
Yeah, that was from Sandra Kipper.
Oh, okay. This
That wasn't That
That is
wasn't
not
for
you.
me.
Okay, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I read it on chat.
That's good. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. Today I have great time, meaningful, wonderful Dharma friend Sangha. See you continue. Take good care. Today we talk in those 4 thoughts and benefit to open our mind and heart. We will become accomplishment like the yogis and yoginis. Least our life is become meaningful, useful. So remember, our life is like momentary change. Right now we're not useful. Then when is the good time? Right now is the good time to practice motivation, action, whatever we can. Try our best. Okay, please now share the long life. Tungun songbo jenje sanze pa chenle rung gekere shobden sho kunjo somji denpa zenpa lo ngage anju chizun jambe yang tupden renjen domen den zeba Chöje nawa gekere shobden sho tombe chogyuru tobe dombo lo nyingdo chambo mane so shin Jiden lungdo gona jenze le zho pemo jenze ju shabde dorje changje de la narod morwa me la chuju gambo wa pomo duwa jawa Gorju lama namje joshi sho sonam de tamje seba ni tamnama ni ba danam pamje jega na ji balon drogba sive tole ndwa dwara sho chanju samjo rambo che maji banam ji jur ji ba nyamba me ba ya kone kon Pewar sho lama gungam samvara sovande chodo kuzirinwa sovande chenle tarshin jawara sovande lama dang dewa mevara chinji loen jambe bawe chidra kemba kundu sangpo tenya deshin de teda gunji jesu dalo Dewan de da tamje rabdo ngoy sanji kuzoma nive chenlawa chuni mingyuru dembe chenlaw da gindu me jendu be chenlaw che darangwa shen molam dobara sho tadan konde tamje ki tu sumdo sakwa tang Yewe gewe zowan de tadan semje tamje nyurdo lanam Also pe chanjo rombo je dovare gyuro je shija gunzo gunje choje tende anala ando ande gumba renje beje tamba sede shejo to sumgo jinyuro Oh, thank you everyone. You have a wonderful evening. And see you morning in somebody and see you next time.
Thank you, Lama.
Thank you, Lama.
Thank you, Lama.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lama.
Thank you.
Goodness.